Okay, so first we will review our social contract which is being professional, student-focused discussions, data-driven, and being on topic. And then our good things.
Rosanna today, during pause, she was raising her hand one after the other, and she was getting every answer right.
Good.
I was so proud of her.
You wanna go next? I'll go next. Mine would be the writing. We've talked about it before in here. I kind of struggle with the writing piece, and finally I had about less than 7 that are in small group with Lisa, and like the rest are actually writing by themselves, and they're not asking for as much help as they were before.
Mine was more about myself. I guess it should be student focused, right? I'm excited though that I RISE certified, and the kids I feel like are doing. I had a lesson with them today with Ms. Wellman that went really, I think, fairly well with our morning message, and I feel like we're getting somewhere. She was saying that they were doing better than they were at the beginning of the year with my first RISE observation.
So yesterday I shared a document with you guys, if we want to look at that one.
Yeah.
We can talk about the iStation stuff first, since that'll be the easiest one.
Okay. I have mine
Too many
right,
tabs open.
You're
right now.
You want to take the notes?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Or
I'll take
you
the
can
notes
take
if
the
we need to.
notes, and then we can share this one.
Okay.
So I know that we did not hit 30. We were 19, I think. So going based off 19, we still have a lot of kiddos that are not where we need them to be. So I think looking at this iStation data, we need to figure out in small groups how we're going to move the ones that are not on grade level closer to being on grade level by the end of the year. Speaking for my class, I have a lot going into that reading comprehension part. That's where I struggle, so I may need some help on that. The decoding piece, that's where a lot of mine are getting stuck because they're not doing CVC words like we are. They're doing all random words. So I think maybe we need to focus on that because that would be the continuation of that iStation test.
Like the nonsense words?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
I like that. And several of mine, it was the vocabulary also. But but there were a few in the decoding part.
I went ahead, I work a little bit different. I went ahead and I looked at all my kiddos' tests and I wrote down all the vocab words. What I'm trying to do is like, if it's in a story, so yeah, I know it's a lot, but I go in and like, if it's in a story, I will tie it into the iStation piece.
Okay.
So like the toad, we read a book about a wise toad, and now they know that on iStation, anytime it asks about a toad, they know it's that frog. I mean, some of these words are,
Some of them are kind of like math words though too, like mine, like, below.
well, and like to me, some of these words my kids should know. Like
Right.
end, they don't know that.
Final.
Final, if it's not in a picture, they don't know what it is.
Right.
So, I would be working more on this part, for sure. I know that the better they do on the pictures, the more words they get on that screen where they have to pick from the 4.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that a lot of my kiddos are getting those 4 vocab words, so I'm going to be working on a lot more of that as well. And if you wanna look at these words, you can.
Yeah.
But some of them are like wrist. To me, they should know what a wrist is, but they don't. Or writing,
Or heel, like when it
yeah.
sounds, like
yeah. So,
talking about body parts.
I did look at the letter knowledge as well. I don't agree with how they do it, but what I've done, and I think mine was at a 16% read, so mine were doing very well on it. I've started doing games, a lot more letter games, so I base it off of the iStation thing. So it's like a moon, mine isn't, mine's PowerPoint. All the letters are scattered. We divide into teams, they try to be the first ones to get that letter. So I do mixed, like, I know Tyler was missing Q. He got asked Q, what? He didn't know, I was like, that's 4 questions he's missed because he doesn't know Q. So anytime he goes up there, his letter is Q. He's finally got Q. So I know, like I said, I did go through all the tests. So I do look at mine that way. It takes a little bit of time, but it's helped mine. And so I'm hoping that maybe if we incorporate
I
more
like that,
games.
putting them on like a slide like that.
I like that too.
Yeah, I can share it with you. I've also done a decoding one too. The words, I've tried to make real words and nonsense words too, so I can share those with you when we get to it.
Because I'm like looking at mine with letters, like knowledge and sounds, and some of mine that know all of those when tested, like, I was surprised that, you know, when we put areas of weakness, that those are their areas, because I feel like, you know, like Kayla, like they know.
So mine looks like that, and like I've made a lot of the different slides with different ones, cause I know SH is on there, and so I've tried to do like some of the similar ones that are together on that one, and so then we just, based on whoever it is, I give them that.
Right.
So, I'll share this with y'all.
That's good.
And then I will share the other decoding one as well. I just can't find that one right now. So when I find it, I will share it with you.
We've been going over a lot of words. I've been writing them for decoding. I've been writing them on the board. I've also been finding some songs to do with them, and they have to get them within a certain amount of time. Also, we could make some more slides for that.
Yeah, I've done a lot of Nearpods too, like for math and literacies too. Like I know when we did beginning sounds and ending, I did those Nearpods, and my kids are competitive, so they like them. We've done middle, we've done ending, we've done beginning, we've done whole words. Like I write the list and they have to pick the picture. This is the decoding one I've made. I try to make it similar to the test, so they would be kind of like along that. So this is that, and they just go through and just pick a word, and they have to be the first ones to like point at it. So
I like that, yeah.
okay, I can share that with you.
Thank you.
Is there anything else we need to talk about on that part? I think pretty much we all agree that maybe the vocab and the decoding, and for mine would be the reading comprehension, more of the fill in the blank stuff. We could even do those on Kahoot or Nearpod. We can make our own.
Yeah.
And they would, I mean.
Yeah.
For vocabulary.
Yeah,
or
because
fill in the blanks.
if I'm honest, I think that's why my kiddos did very well on this one, is because when I figured that they weren't progressing as much as they should, I try to make it more fun. And so
Yeah.
they liked it, so we've tried to do that.
We even use some of those words for like a Kahoot.
We could make our own, or we could make a Nearpod and have some of those. So I've done some of these already. I've used the words like luggage. They didn't lettuce, because it sounds the same. They think it's lettuce. So I've talked to some of mine, like for river. It says what has to water and then land on both sides. They picked bathtub
There's the pool.
because it
And
has,
bathtub, it has land.
because it has water and land on both sides. So I get where they're going
Right,
with
in the
that
bathtub,
one.
it does have running water. It's coming out of the.
Right,
Out of the spigot.
So some of those stuff I want to like get down with my kiddos. Some of these words are hard for them. Marvelous. stuff like that. But some of these, they should know, like glitter,
Yeah.
Mhm.
they
Yeah.
should know. So some of these should be pretty fast for
Yes.
them to get, and some of these will be a little bit harder, like
Mhm.
shallow.
Oh,
Shallow,
yes.
that's
Shallow,
one
that's a
that's
hard,
a
like,
big
even
one.
when you describe it, I think they get a little bit, like,
Mhm.
confused.
Yeah, I can share this one with
Yeah.
y'all too. If we wanna look at our CFA that we gave Monday,
Okay.
we didn't do so well in question one.
Yeah.
I think it's because of the pictures.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly though,
Mhm.
it is about, they do talk about weather, and they do
Right,
talk
but
about
it's-
plants, and I get it,
Yeah,
but I mean, it was a tough one.
I think where we went wrong with that one is we've been talking about weather all this time, even in EL Achieve. So
Right?
I've been saying,
Yeah.
oh, we know this stuff, we've done
Yes.
it. So I think some of mine got confused because they're hearing me say, oh, we've talked about this before. So I mean, we didn't do very well on that first one.
Also, the question, which one was it?
The knots,
The
right?
knot.
mhm.
Two of them belonged
Mm-hmm.
and the one did not. And they just did not, they were wanting to be the first one to answer it on that Nearpod.
But even so, like,
And so they would not, they did not, they picked one that was.
Mhm. So maybe our next step is talking about not, so giving them stuff
Mhm.
that is not, and we can incorporate that in EL Achieve too when we do the, what do you wear, you don't wear, do you wear this or that?
Right, you should
Or
not
which one do you
wear
not
this,
wear
right.
when it's hot outside, so we can incorporate into EL Achieve too.
That's a good idea, yes.
And then I think they did overall, I mean, they didn't do that bad on this one. I think we also need to sit back down maybe Friday if we have time to look at our Unit 8 CSA.
Okay.
Because it should be open next week.
Okay.
So we should sit back down and look at those and see how we can, make sure that our kiddos know those strategies.
Okay, before we,
Yeah, I would rather do it before, that way I know what's coming for the kiddos and
Mhm.
that way I can help them
okay.
see what they don't know
Do we
yet.
ever decide on what day we're getting the CSA?
I don't recall, but we can talk about that one on Friday and look at it too.
Okay.
Like I said, I think maybe our focus would be questions 1 and 3 then on that one.
Mhm.
Focusing more on the not. And then I think maybe question 1 was our fault.
Yeah, I think we made it kinda hard.
I think that maybe we wanted to be very specific and, I mean, we confused them.
That was the one it was mainly about, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So maybe we should've just done plants,
Mhm.
something, and then
Right.
the animals like we talked about, maybe not the weather again.
Yes. Not,
Yeah.
Mhm.
add
Maybe throw in an
something
oddball
else
like
that's in
basketball.
there.
Yeah,
Sports.
because yeah, I mean, if I was a kid, I would've picked weather too, I mean, like
Yeah,
I
we've
said,
been
we've been
talking
talking
about
about
it.
it, so.
Yeah.
Yes.
So maybe relook at our pictures for the next few ones that we have, that way we don't trip them up like that.
Yes.
So, you will see, but